Good evening, dear listener. Welcome to Bedtime Reveries. I am Whispering Dreamcatcher. And tonight, I invite you to set down the weight of your day and rest in the calm of an ancient story. This is a tale from long ago, a legend from the people of the Pacific Northwest, where the forests are tall, the rivers are strong, and the ocean meets the edge of the world. Tonight, we will follow Raven, the clever, curious, mischievous bird who changed the world forever, the one who stole the sun and brought light to the dark. So, find your most comfortable place, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. The night is here, and the story begins. Long ago, before you or I or even the stars we know today, there was only darkness. The land was quiet and shadowed. Mountains were shapes without color. Rivers moved unseen. The trees whispered to one another in a world where nothing could truly be seen. The people of the earth lived carefully in this darkness. They built fires and huddled close. They told stories of a light that was hidden, locked away by a greedy old chief who kept the sun in a box. Only the chief and his daughter had ever seen its glow. They guarded it, believing the rest of the world was not worthy of its warmth. But the animals, and especially Raven, were not content with the dark. Raven was clever. Raven was restless, and Raven was never satisfied with. He looked at the world around him, the black forests, the cold rivers, and thought there must be more. Each night, he flew through the darkness, searching for something brighter. His feathers glistened like oil, catching even the faintest light of the fireflies. His eyes gleamed with curiosity and hunger for adventure. He heard whispers of the chief who hid the light away, and in his heart a plan began to form. Close your eyes. Imagine a world without light. Not frightening, just soft and endless. You can hear the wind through the trees, feel the cool air on your skin, smell the earth and water, but you cannot see. It is quiet, peaceful, still. Now imagine a single glow in the far distance, faint as a dream, the light that Raven seeks. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. You are floating in the dark, waiting for the dawn. The elder in the story speaks, their voice steady like the tide. Raven, with all his cleverness, knew he could not steal the light as a bird. He would need to change his form. So Raven used his magic, for he was not just any bird, but a spirit with power, and transformed himself into something small and new. A single pine needle, carried by the wind. He floated through the forest and into the village of the chief. The chief's daughter was kind and curious. Unlike her father, she often went to the river to drink, her reflection the only thing she could see in the dark water. As she bent to drink that day, the pine needle Raven drifted into the water and slipped into her cup. She drank, unaware, and soon she felt something stirring within her, a warmth, a spark of life. Days passed, and the chief's daughter gave birth to a child, a beautiful baby boy with dark eyes that shimmered like Raven's feathers. The people called him the Child of Mystery. The baby laughed often, and his laughter filled the dark house with a strange warmth. The chief, though cautious, loved the child deeply. The boy was curious, and always asked about the box in the corner, the one that glowed faintly from within. "Grandfather," he would say in a sweet voice, "what is inside the box?" The chief would frown and say, "That is not for you. It holds the light of the world. It must stay hidden." But the child begged again and again, until finally the old chief sighed. "Very well," he said, "just one look." He opened the box slightly, and a single ray of light escaped, bright enough to fill the room with golden color. The boy gasped, laughing with delight. The chief quickly closed it, but the boy's heart was already captured by the light. Think of a moment when you saw something for the first time, something that filled you with wonder. That first sunrise, that first discovery, that first spark of joy. Breathe in curiosity, breathe out fear. Let that feeling fill your chest, the same wonder Raven felt when he first saw the light. The child begged and begged until the chief, at last, opened the box completely. In that instant, Raven revealed himself, spreading black wings wide, his eyes blazing with the reflection of the sun. He snatched the glowing orb from the box and flew upward, bursting through the roof, the light blazing across the dark world. The people gasped as the first true sunlight touched their faces. The rivers glimmered. The forests shone. The sky bloomed with color. Raven had stolen the sun and given it to the world. Imagine standing on a mountain as the sun rises for the very first time. Golden light spills over the hills, touching the trees, the rivers, the ocean. The warmth reaches your skin. The shadows vanish. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. You are standing in the first dawn of the world. The elder leans back, the firelight flickering on their face. And so, they whisper, Raven brought light to the world. But light, like all things, brings both beauty and trouble. For once the world could see, nothing stayed the same. You feel your body sinking deeper into calm, your breath soft and slow, your mind at peace. The elder's voice deepens like the rush of wind through the mountains. When Raven burst from the chief's house, the sky split open with brilliance. He carried the sun in his beak, its light burning and trembling, its warmth spilling across the land. The people below gasped, covering their eyes. For the first time, they saw colors to greens of pine needles, the golds of dry grass, the blues of faraway water. And above them, Raven flew, his wings stretched wide against the glow, his feathers shimmering like midnight touched by fire. Close your eyes. Imagine you are flying with Raven, your body weightless, the wind cool against your face. Below, rivers twist like silver ribbons. Mountains rise from shadow. The earth awakens beneath a wave of light. The sun glows in Raven's beak, warm and alive. Its rays scatter across clouds like golden threads. Breathe in freedom. Breathe out fear. You are soaring with the Lightbringer. The elder's tone grows more solemn. Raven had stolen the sun for all beings, but the light was heavy. It burned in his beak, searing his feathers, scorching his wings. He could not hold it forever. Raven tried to climb higher, hoping to place the sun safely in the sky, but the heat grew unbearable. Smoke rose from his feathers, blackening them forever. That is why, the people say, Raven's feathers are dark, as night too remember his sacrifice for the light. Think of a time when you carried something heavy for others, a responsibility, a promise, a gift. It was not easy, yet you did it because it mattered. Breathe in strength. Breathe out weariness. Like Raven, you are strong enough to carry light, even when it burns. The elder smiles faintly. As Raven soared across the land, the people and the animals stirred. The deer blinked in the golden glow, their eyes wide. The fish glimmered beneath clear water, seeing their reflections for the first time. The trees lifted their leaves to the sky, as if in praise. Every living thing turned toward the light, and life began to move with rhythm of morning and night. Wake and rest, light and shadow. Raven, weary but proud, watched the world come alive. Imagine the first sunlight washing across the world. See it touch the mountains first, then roll down into valleys, through forests, across rivers, and into the open plains. See every living thing awakened. Soft stirring of leaves, the glimmer of waves, the slow stretch of animals in warmth. Breathe in newness. Breathe out the past. You are waking with the world. The elder's voice grows quieter, mysterious. But where there is light, there must also be shadow. When the sun shone bright, the dark could no longer hide. The people saw not only beauty, but also what had been hid in the jagged rocks, the steep cliffs, the thorns among flowers. Some feared the light, for it showed too much. Others rejoiced, for it revealed truth. Ravarn watched them and sighed. He had given them sight, but sight could be both a gift and a burden. Think of the light in your own life, the things that make you happy, and the shadows that come with them. One cannot exist without the other. Light reveals. Shadow teaches. Breathe in truth. Breathe out judgment. Both belong. Both are part of you. The elder continues, their tone soft as twilight. Raven grew tired. He had flown across mountains and seas, through winds and smoke. The sun still blazed in his beak, too bright to hold, too sacred to drop. Finally, he saw a high place, a tall cedar tree that reached the clouds. With his last strength, Raven climbed to its top, opened his beak, and let the sun roll upward into the sky. The people gasped as it rose higher and higher, until it found its place above the world. Day had been born. See the great cedar tree stretching into the sky. See Raven perched upon it, wings open, the light glowing in his beak. Now watch as he releases it. The sun drifts upward, steady and golden, until it rests in the heavens. Warmth spreads through you, gentle and kind. You are bathed in sunlight. You are at peace. Breathe in warmth. Breathe out effort. The elder smiles, voice glowing like the dawn itself. That was the first day. The people danced, laughing and singing beneath the sun. The world glittered with color, the rivers blue, the forests green, the sky endless and bright. They thanked Raver for his courage, though he had not done it for praise. He had done it because curiosity and kindness guided his mischievous heart. And from that day forward, the sun rose and set, a rhythm to mark the passage of time. Think of the warmth of the sun on your skin, the comfort of its light, the rhythm it gives your days. Now whisper a quiet thank you not only to Raven, but to the light in your own life. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out rest. You are blessed by light. The elder's voice lowers, soft as feathers on the wind. Raven, tired and soot-stained, returned to his nest high in the trees. He looked at his dark feathers and smiled. So be it, he said. Let my color remind the world that even darkness can bring light. And he closed his eyes, letting the warmth of the sun he'd freed wash over him. See Raven perched on a tall branch, his feathers glistening black in the golden light. The forest is quiet. The air is warm. You lie beneath him, safe in his light. You, too, have earned your rest. Breathe in calm. Breathe out the day. Sleep begins to find you. The elder gazes into the fire, voice like fading embers. And so, the world awoke to light. But the story of Raven did not, and therefore with light came new lessons, new dreams, and new challenges. You feel your body heavy, your breathing slow, your mind serene. The story lingers in the air like warmth after sunset. The elder's voice grows gentle, almost awed. When the sun took its place in the sky, the world looked completely different. The mountains gleamed like silver. The oceans shimmered like glass. The people blinked and shaded their eyes, for they had never seen such brightness before. They laughed, they wept, they reached their hands toward the warmth as if to catch it. Even the animals stood still in wonder. The deer lifted their heads, their coats glowing golden. The fish leapt in the rivers, flashing like coins of light. The great eagles soared higher, finally able to see the horizon. The earth itself seemed to sigh with relief. Close your eyes. Imagine the first full day after the dawn. See sunlight touching everything for the first time. Mountain peaks, open meadows, rippling water. The air is warm but gentle, filled with bird song and the scent of pine. Breathe in golden light. Breathe out shadows. You are standing in a new world, fresh and bright. The elder smiles. The people of the land built fires to honor the sun. Though they no longer needed them for light, they danced in circles, their shadows flickering like living things. They gave thanks to the great Raven, who had risked everything to bring the sun into their sky. But the elders, wise and thoughtful, also spoke of balance. Let us not take the light for granted, they said, for light, like life, is both gift and responsibility. Think of something bright in your own life. A moment, a person, a dream. Hold it gently in your mind, not clinging to it, but thanking it for the warmth it brings. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out attachment. The light is yours to enjoy, not to keep. The elder's eyes narrow, as though peering into the sunlight. Raven perched high on a cliff, watching all he had changed. The world below shimmered, but his feathers, once silver gray, were now deep black, glinting like obsidian. He spread his wings and felt the warmth of the sun on them. It is good, he said softly. Yet, somewhere in his heart, there was a trace of worry. He wondered, had he given too much light? Would the world now forget the beauty of darkness? Imagine the light of day and the darkness of night as two friends, not enemies. The light reveals, the dark restores. The sun gives energy. The night gives peace. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. Breathe in darkness. Breathe out light. Both belong. Both are needed. The elder's voice drops lower, soothing. As the day grew long, Raven watched the sun begin to sink, its light soft, turning from gold to amber, from amber to rose. The sky deepened into purple, and then to blue. Raven murmured. So the sun too must rest. And as he spoke, the first stars appeared, shy and small, twinkling in the dusk. They were the companions of the night, reminders that even when the sun sleeps, light remains. See the sun lowering in the sky, the light melting into shades of pink and lavender. The air cools. The sounds soften. Crickets begin to sing. Now, one by one, the stars appear above you, tiny lights in the vast dark sky. Breathe in the sunset. Breathe out the day. Breathe in the stars. Breathe out into calm. You are resting beneath the same stars that watched Raven. The elder chuckles softly. The people marveled at the stars. They were like sparks left behind by Raven's journey, reminders of his courage and curiosity. They gave names to them, just as the tribes across the great land still do. Some saw animals, some saw heroes, others saw paths leading to dreams, and they realized that though the sun ruled the day, the stars ruled the heart. The night was no longer frightening. It was beautiful. Think of the stars above you now, small, patient, eternal. They do not rush. They do not. They simply shine. Breathe in stillness. Breathe out hurry. You are part of this calm universe. The elder smiled softly, their voice nearly a hum. Raven folded his wings and settled into his nest. The forest glowed faintly in the starlight, and the river below reflected the sky like a mirror. He watched the world breathe light and dark, day and night, life and rest. It is as it should be, he whispered. The world has learned balance. And with that thought, he closed his eyes. Imagine Raven resting in his high nest. The forest around him hums softly with night sounds. Above him, the stars shimmer like scattered jewels. Below, the river flows like liquid silver. You are there, resting to your body heavy, your breath slow, your heart calm. Breathe in peace. Breathe out effort. Let the night hold you as it holds Raven. The elder looks up at the night sky, eyes reflecting the stars. And so, the world learned light and darkness, day and night, work and rest. Raven's feathers stayed black forever, a reminder that even from darkness comes the greatest light. The fire crackles softly. The forest breathes. The stars shimmer gently above. You feel your body sinking deeper into rest, your thoughts drifting like clouds across the dark sky. The elder's voice glows with warmth, like sunlight through mist. The next morning, when the people awoke, the world was different again. The sun climbed easily into the sky, bright but kind. The forests sparkled with dew. Rivers gleamed like ribbons of glass. Birds sang songs no one had ever heard before. For the first time, colors had names: green, blue, yellow, red. The people laughed as they pointed at them, as though seeing magic in every leaf and stone. Close your eyes and imagine stepping outside into the first true morning. The light is soft, golden, and new. You feel warmth on your face, a breeze in your hair. The world hums quietly, alive and fresh. Breathe in sunlight. Breathe out shadows. The day is beginning just for you. The elder chuckles softly. The animals, too, were learning. The owl, who had ruled the darkness, blinked at the brightness and hid among the trees, preferring the comfort of the night. The bear wandered into the open fields, his fur gleaming brown and gold. He rumbled happily, glad for the warmth that reached his skin. The salmon saw their reflection in the clear water and danced with delight, their scales flashing silver beneath the sun. Each creature found its place in this new balance. Think of yourself as part of the world's great balance. Like the owl, you may love the quiet. Like the bear, you may love the light. Like the salmon, you may love movement and flow. Whatever brings you peace, it belongs. Breathe in belonging. Breathe out uncertainty. You have your own rhythm beneath the sun. The elder smiles knowingly. Of course, Raven could not simply rest forever. He was too full of curiosity, too full of life. He watched the people learning to live in the light, and he decided they needed a little play. So one afternoon, when the sun sat high and proud in the sky, Raven flew up and perched beside it. He puffed out his chest and said, "You shine beautifully, my friend, but don't you ever tire of being serious?" The sun did not answer, for the sun does not speak. But Raven, hearing only silence, grinned. "Then I will make you laugh." The elder's eyes twinkle. Raven flapped his wings and danced in the air, circling and tumbling, his black feathers glinting in the light. Below, the people looked up and saw his shadow racing across the earth. It darted and spun, dark against the golden fields. The people laughed. The children pointed, clapping their hands. And though the sun did not speak, it seemed to shimmer brighter for a moment, as if smiling down at Raven's play. Imagine Raven circling the sun, his wings carving dark shapes against the gold. Now look down. His shadow moves across the ground, dancing past you, twirling, bowing, gliding. You smile softly, feeling the warmth and the laughter of the day. Breathe in joy. Breathe out tension. You are part of the dance of light and shadow. The elder leans forward, their voice full of calm reverence. That night, when the sun sank and the stars returned, the people gathered to thank Raven. They built a great fire and sang songs in his honor. They told their children how the world had been dark once, and how one brave, mischievous spirit had changed it forever. They promised to keep balance, to work by day, to rest by night, and to live with gratitude for both. Think of the things in your life that bring both work and rest, effort and ease. They complete each other, just like day and night. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out imbalance. You are steady, balanced, whole. The elder continues, their tone soft and flowing. Raven did not stay in one place. He flew far and wide, across forests and mountains, across rivers and seas. Wherever he went, he watched how the light changed the land. In the far north, he saw the snow sparkle like crushed glass. In the deserts, he saw the dunes burn golden. In the great plains, he saw grasses waving under a sun that never seemed to end. And in every place, the people told the story of the raven who had brought them light. Imagine yourself flying high above the land with Raven. Below you stretch forests, rivers, and mountains, bathed in sunlight. Each place glows with its own beauty. Each heart below you beats in rhythm with the earth. Breathe in wonder. Breathe out weariness. You are traveling with the light. The elder's voice softens again, thoughtful and slow. Raven landed on a cliff one evening, watching the horizon fade from gold to violet. The sun sank slowly, and the stars began to return. He tilted his head and said, "It is right that even the brightest thing must rest. Light gives joy, but darkness gives peace. Together, they make the world whole." And Raven closed his eyes, listening to the crickets sing beneath the stars. See the sky fading into dusk. The warmth of the day slips away, replaced by cool air and soft sounds. The stars return, one by one, and Raven perches quietly on a tree branch nearby. You feel safe beneath his watch. You feel calm beneath the stars. Breathe in peace. Breathe out everything else. The elder gazes at the glowing embers of the fire, their eyes half, and so they whisper. The world found its rhythm, light and dark, laughter and rest. Raven watched it all, knowing that even the smallest act of courage or curiosity can change everything. You feel your own breath slowing, your heart quiet, your body sinking deeper into comfort. The fire flickers low, the stars shimmer softly overhead. The elder's voice is soft and steady, like water flowing over stones. After the sun found its place in the sky, time began to move differently. The people noticed that the world did not stay the same. Some days were warm and bright, some cool and quiet. The light shifted, the wind changed, and the earth itself seemed to breathe in cycles. This, too, was Raven's doing. For when he brought light, he also brought rhythm, and from that rhythm came the seasons. The elder's tone brightens, like morning light through leaves. When the sun began to climb higher each day, melting the last of the snow, the earth awoke. This was the first spring. The rivers, once frozen, began to move again, carrying song and sparkle. Tiny shoots of green pushed through the soil. Flowers opened shyly to greet the light. Animals stretched and stirred, stepping out of their shelters. The people learned from the earth that every ending carries a new beginning. Close your eyes. Imagine walking through the first spring forest. You hear water trickling, leaves rustling, birds calling softly in the branches. The air smells of rain and new growth. Breathe in renewal. Breathe out the old. Feel yourself blooming quietly with the earth. The elder's voice warms, deep and steady. Then came summer, the season of fullness and light. The days grew long and golden. The people gathered berries, fished in clear waters, and sang songs to the sun in thanks for its warmth. Even Raven grew lazy in the heat, stretching his wings beneath the glowing sky. He smiled to see the world thriving in the light he had stolen. Picture yourself in a wide meadow beneath the bright summer sky. The grass moves gently in the breeze. The air hums with bees and laughter. You lie down in the soft grass and feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin. Every muscle relaxes. Every thought slows. Breathe in warmth. Breathe out effort. You are resting in the golden peace of summer. The elder's tone softens, turning mellow like the evening light. Soon, the sun began to tilt lower in the sky. The air cooled. The leaves turned to gold and crimson. The people harvested what they had planted, storing food for the colder days. Raven watched the leaves fall and said, "Even beauty must let go." The people understood autumn was the season of gratitude and release. See yourself walking through a forest of red and gold. Leaves drift around you, swirling gently in the cool breeze. You reach out your hand and let one leaf land softly on your palm. It trembles there, then lifts again, carried away by the wind. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out. Release. You are part of the gentle letting go of autumn. The elder's voice lowers, soft as snow. And then came winter. The days grew short, and the light gentle and pale. Snow covered the ground like a soft blanket, and the rivers slowed beneath its weight. The people stayed close to their fires, telling stories and remembering Raven's gift. They learned that rest was not an ending, but a beginning waiting to return. The earth, like the body, needs quiet to grow strong again. Picture a snowy landscape beneath a silver sky. The air is still, the world silent except for the faint crackle of your fire. You feel warmth at your center, even as the world sleeps around you. Breathe in stillness. Breathe out tension. The quiet of winter fills you with peace. The elder's eyes gleam like starlight. And so the world turned, season after season, each one following the other. The people began to count the years by the returning of spring, the fullness of summer, the fading of autumn, and the hush of winter. They learned that nothing lasts forever, not the warmth of the sun, not the chill of snow, but everything returns in its time. Think of something in your life that has changed, ended, or begun again. It is part of the same rhythm that turns the seasons. There is no need to hurry. The earth does not rush. Breathe in patience. Breathe out worry. You are safe in the turning of time. The elder smiled softly. Raven watched the seasons pass and was pleased. He saw how the people built their lives around them, planting, harvesting, resting, and dreaming. He saw that his gift of light had given them not only vision, but rhythm and wisdom. Sometimes he would fly across the sky at dusk, his wings flashing black against gold, as if reminding the world that change is always beautiful. Imagine the earth turning below you as Raven flies high above. You see springs, blossoms, summer's warmth, autumn's colors, winter's snow. Each one flows smoothly into the next, never rushing, never stopping. You feel the calm certainty of their rhythm. Breathe in continuity. Breathe out resistance. You are part of this endless dance. The elder's voice fades like the last note of a song. And so, because Raven brought the sun, the world learned to change. The light and the seasons became teachers, whispering lessons of growth, patience, and renewal. When the people saw the snow melt, they remembered Raven. When they saw the fields glow gold, they thanked him again. You feel your body heavy with calm, your breath slow, your heart peaceful. The story wraps around you like a warm blanket. The elder's voice drops into a reverent hush. When the sun had risen for many days, the world began to change in ways even Raven could not have imagined. The forests grew tall and thick, filled with the scent of cedar, pine, and wildflowers. The rivers carved silver paths through the valleys. The plains rolled out like waves of gold beneath the wind. Every part of the land woke to life under the light of the sun. Close your eyes. See the vast land stretching before you, the forests deep and green, the rivers wide and clear, the mountains snow-topped and still. The sun shines softly over it all, spilling gold across every surface. The air smells of earth, water, and sunlight. Breathe in the scent of the new world. Breathe out all your worries. You are part of this calm, living land. The elder continues, voice like a slow wind through trees. In the great forests, the animals learned to walk in light. The deer stepped softly through moss. The fox slipped between ferns. The woodpecker drummed against hollow trunks, echoing like a heartbeat. The people listened and learned from the forest how to move gently, how to live in balance, how to give back to the earth that feeds them. Imagine you are walking through a sunlit forest. The air is cool and sweet. The ground is soft beneath your feet. Light filters through the leaves in shifting patterns. Each breath you take feels cleaner, calmer. Breathe in green, calm. Breathe out noise. You are breathing with the forest itself. The elder gestures as though tracing a flowing path. Raven flew over the rivers next, their surfaces shining like mirrors. He watched the salmon leap, the otters play, and the people gathered near the banks to drink and bathe in the sunlight. The rivers became the blood of the earth, carrying life from the mountains to the sea. Imagine sitting beside a river at midday. The sunlight sparkles on its ripples. You hear its endless song, soft, steady, eternal. You reach down, touch the cool water, and feel it flow between your fingers. Every thought, every worry, drifts downstream with the current. Breathe in flow. Breathe out stillness. You are moving with the rhythm of the river. The elder lifts their gaze upward. Then Raven flew toward the mountains, rising high into the thin air. From their snowy peaks, he could see everything: the forests, the rivers, the people, and the plains. The mountains glowed like guardians, standing tall between earth and sky. They became places of vision, where those who sought truth came to listen to the wind. Picture yourself standing at the top of a mountain. The world spreads out below valleys, forests, rivers, all shining under the sun. The air is clear. The silence deep. The wind hums softly in your ears. You feel tall, calm, eternal. Breathe in strength. Breathe out restlessness. You are steady as the mountain. The elder's tone turned smooth and flowing. Raven looked upon the wide plains, where tall grasses bent beneath the breeze. Buffalo grazed in herds, their coats gleaming bronze in the sunlight. Children ran laughing through the open fields, chasing shadows that stretched across the ground. The plains were the earth. It's a great, wide, open, endless. See yourself standing in the middle of the Great Plains. The sky stretches endlessly above you, a blue sea without end. Wind moves through the tall grass, whispering like soft waves. You breathe with the wind, long, Deep, slow. Breathe in openness. Breathe out confinement. You are free beneath the wide American sky. The elder's voice lowers again, a whisper like waves against sand. Finally, Raven reached the edge of the land, where the earth meets the great ocean. He perched on a driftwood log, watching the waves glitter beneath the sunlight. He saw the horizon where the water met the sky, and he smiled. "So this," he said, "is where the light ends its journey and begins again." For even the sea reflected the sun, carrying its glow across the world. Imagine sitting by the sea. The waves rise and fall, steady as your breathing. Each wave catches the sunlight and shatters it into 1,000 pieces of gold. You hear the rhythm in and out, the same rhythm as your own breath. Breathe in the seas, calm. Breathe out everything you no longer need. You are part of the ocean's peace. The elder's eyes soften, reflecting the memory of a sunset. When Raven had seen all corners of the land, he grew quiet. He perched on a branch overlooking the sea and watched the sun sink slowly into the horizon. The sky blazed orange, pink, and violet. The light shimmered on the waves until at last it was gone. "Even the sun," he whispered, "must rest and return." And as darkness fell, the stars appeared once more, faint, steady, eternal. See the sunset spreading across the sky, deep orange fading to purple, purple to blue. The air cools, the sounds soften, the first stars appear, twinkling gently above. You feel the calm of the world settling into night. Your body is warm, your mind is quiet. Breathe in dusk, breathe out the day. You are resting beneath the stars of Raven's world. The elder speaks softly, almost to the night itself. Raven's light gave more than sight. It gave meaning. The rivers taught flow. The forests taught patience. The mountains taught strength. The plains taught freedom. The ocean taught renewal. And altogether, they whispered one truth. To live with light is to live with awareness of beauty, of rhythm, of belonging. Breathe in and feel the lessons of the land. The forest's patience, the rivers' flow, the mountain's strength, the plains' openness, the ocean's calm. Each one lives within you. Each one breathes with you. You are the land's child. The elder gazes into the glowing embers of the fire, their voice fading like the tide. Child of the night, remember the light touches everything, and everything responds with life. You walk upon a living world, one that breathes with you, one that rests with you beneath the same sun Raven set free. The night settles. The stars shimmer. Your breath slows to match the rhythm of the earth.